Well, hello folks, my name's Ian. Welcome to my shed. Garage really, but we've been through it in the past. Right, welcome to part 2 of rocket stove for plug soup. So we've dismantled it, but for all that, an hour, 2 hours of burning, that is all the ash I got out that came out of it. So I may build just a little pan to go underneath it anyway. So let's go and see where we are up to. We'll only look at the floor because there's some people out there think I've got a messy bed. Can't even walk without hitting anything. Bloody hell. Right, into the workshop. Just for Scrapping Irish, who wanted to know what it was I had on my head. Well, it's my hairy hat. So, keeps me head warm. So, but it's embarrassed me now, so I've had to take it off. Right, there she is in all her glory. I'm not happy. I'm going to take the top. Four and a half inch off because I weren't happy. I can actually, when I've cut it off, put some like little tabs underneath, so if it doesn't work, I can just stick it back on. Right, the insulation, the glass fibre, it's melted, so turned it into sort of like a glass, I guess. So that's not working out brilliant. Several videos ago I picked up some cast iron scrap wood burners and a multitude, I can't remember, about 13 fire brick packs. Well, unfortunately, some of these fire brick packs are broken, so I can't sell them. But I'm thinking, well, why can't I use them as insulation around there? I had this idea, these little projects, because this is just playing in the shed. It's the week between Christmas and New Year. You know, I don't have to scrap all the time. I don't have to do DIY. This is playing, you know. So I've got this idea now, and I'm thinking, well, why don't I make a proper little steel firebox and line it on the inside with these fire bricks? Oh, it's an idea, but this is just supposed to be a one-off tool. Boil some water, make some plug soup, job's over and done with, and I'm in danger of making it into a great big project. We'll do the first batch of plug soup, see how it works. After that, I can always modify it. So, I went out to the shop today and I bought some extra thick turkey foil, easy tear. Was £1 reduced to 50p. So you get 2 for the price of 1. So I'm going to make some glass fibre insulation bandages. I'm going to insulate the bottom. Well, in fact, all of it. And the bucket as well. See you in a little bit. Well, we just paused Toby Keith there while we finish having a brew, and we've had a mince pie as well. So Toby Keith can just hang on a minute. Right, it's turning out. I'm procrastinating. See, because right, I've cut 4.5 inches off the top of that chimney. I mean, I can always weld a couple of tabs on the inside and force it back on if it don't work. However, because that's here now, and I've unpacked these fire bricks, as you can see, as I said, some of these are broken. Now I'm thinking, like, instead of insulating the outside, as I said, you know, and that's easy enough to do. I've got some, this fits nicely in this angle iron. So my plan's going to be stick a piece on there, same on the other side, and just rest that in it with an overlap on that side, and then it'll go. Well, you get the gist. I'll encase it, but because I've started doing that, and with my saw, it's very easy to saw this material. So that's thinking, well, this is awkward. This is a 100 by 100 box section. This stuff is 25mm there, so it'll be 25mm on this side. So if I got some 150 by 150 box section, that's 100 plus 25 plus 25, and I could line the inside of it. Like I said, I could cut notches out so that it would, a bigger notch, so it would lock itself in. I could cut off the bottom of here. I could put this burn chamber in there, and then I wouldn't need to well, I'd still insulate the outside, but it'd be insulated on the inside. However, as I said I would, this is procrastinating. It's turned into a much bigger job than just like, get this done and then I can sort my bags and bags of plugs out. Anyway, I'm just like showing you the way my mind cogitates. I'll finish this. So there we go. Measure once, cut twice. Yeah, so that goes there, and then that will go in there, like that. So that's about there, and then maybe stop that going on. Something on there. Oh, there we go. A little bit of packing. And I get my torch in there. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I can stick it through that gap. Well, it's not fell off. Same up to the side. Hey, yeah. Well, I don't know if anyone can spot, but it's about 5mm up at one end and the other end. But it's going to do the job like that. And then that little off cut, I can tack it on there, can't I? I can still slide them. If I leave it up a bit, I can still slide them in and out. You know? We're in business, I think. Let's cut it all to shape. All this for make some plug soup. Maybe it takes a different battery altogether. I don't know. Maybe it's a Makita. Maybe I'll just have to use it. I don't know. Push it. Oh. Hand power. I measure fucking doesn't fit. Oh. Whoa, look at that. Ah. There we go, compression joint. He's going in out. Get it? Now, come on, Ian. Don't hammer it in. Don't. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, what sort of country do you live in? 4:20 and it's going dark. So it doesn't look like I'll be. It looks quite bright, but it isn't because my lights have come on. So it doesn't look like I'll be trialling it tonight. But having said that, I was at it till about 7 o'clock last night. Whoa, don't fall, Ian, don't fall. Right, don't fall. I've been playing, I've been procrastinating, I've been cogitating, and I've been faxing. Brewdog. Whiskey Woman's fella. Whiskey Woman 5's fella. That was on offer today in Aldi. Should have been £2.79, now £2.49. Because it's the Christmas one. Apparently it's the collector's edition. Because it's got, no, maybe not. Right, come on. So you say. Well, I never said it had to have been neat, did I? It's all being wrapped up in bandages so you won't see. However, I have got it insulated with these broken fire bricks, and that should go some way to keeping it insulated. However, because I don't know when enough is enough, I say to myself, you've got some bits left over. So if you was to take that bit and cut another bracket, you can fix it on there and it'll be insulated nearly all the way around and up. So we need a bloody crane by the time I finish, get this out of the shed. I'm going to crack on with that. Well, at some point I decided I was putting way too much effort into something that I was only going to use a couple of times, so I've ended up just wiring it up. I could have done that in the first place. Now I'm making some calzone. Got some insulation. I'm going to make some bandages, wrap it round, tie it on. Job done. Well, talk about overkill for something that I'm only going to use a couple of times. Although I might get more use out of this. So I got the turkey foil and I got that, and I've kind of make a bandage, and I've wrapped it round and wire tied it on there. And the same with this rocket stove. Now, there's probably no need for so much insulation. But, well, I've got it. It's free. It's there. Might as well use it. Can't do any harm. So, last thing I'm going to do now is to cut myself a bit of an ash pan to go under there. Okay, so that's the bit of the top of the chimney I cut off. So that's the same as the bottom of the chimney. So I'm going to got this, well, very thin sheet. gone on, you know, and it confuses me about sheet. The lower the gauge, no, the height, the lower the gauge, the thicker it is. That's right, no. The higher the gauge, the thicker it is. It always does me that. I can't do my head in. It's like 10 gauge is quarter. It is 10 gauge is that big, but 12 gauge, which I think is bigger, is actually smaller. So, you know, you got 8 gauge is thicker. So the smaller it is, the smaller the number, the thicker it is. So 10 gauge, 12 gauge. So this is something like 16 gauge. It's really thin. So we know it's that big. We cut a strip off. You can see how thin it is, how it's curling. But it doesn't have to be thick. I just have to be able to make a ash pan out of it. So finally, for once, the neighbours will be happy with me because I'm going to be using a rubber hammer. Already balls that up, haven't I? That means I am not a tinsmith. Right. Well, all that means is that I cut down there and I bend it over. Cut that back tab back, bend it over, bend that tab back up. Bit like origami, really. Origami with steel. And it only has to be that big. So that's the back anyway. That's the back. We cut down there. We cut down there, don't we? We've already made a tab like that. See, that means we go down there. There we go. Bend that one back. There we go. Right. So I'll be right back. Oh, no, a tinsmith I am not. However, block of steel, couple of hammers, and I'm getting something like the shape I want. Which means I think I can just take that, bend it over. Can't do that, can I? I can do that. I can't do that. I can do that. No, I can't do that. I can do that. No, I can do that. I can do that. Right. Which means I can do that. Which gives me a tray, which it actually fits. Needs a little bit more tweaking in a bit. Bit more tweaking, but there we go. There's my ashtray. It'll do. Bit of a burr on there. You know, I watch all these channels that Paul from the Knackler's Workshop introduced me to. The latest being Nell's mechanical workshop, John's workshop, Aids, Wash, there's loads of them. Loads in New Zealand. Anyway, listen, there's loads of them. Right. What can I say? I'm going to let you down, guys. I'm a wannabe engineer. But, you know, listen, it works, all right. So that's the bottom underneath there. Anyway, that will go under there like that and help catch whatever little bit of ash actually does come through. Now we're getting late, it's 8 PM in the evening. Right, ladies and gents, I have made all the modifications I think I need. I've shortened, because I shortened the chimney, I've had to shorten my table. I've got everything that's, I'm hoping, neatly insulated. I want that exhaust hot. Right, I'm just going to test it. And tomorrow probably, because with the amount of plugs I've got, it's going to take a short while. However, first thing is, will this heat water? Will it kill? It will kill. Right. One thing I did notice in part one, you do have to keep feeding it, and there's not enough embers at the bottom that should it go out, it will ignite fresh wood. I've gone and, I don't know if you can see that, I've gone and borrowed some smokeless coal off the neighbour. So when the fire gets going hot enough, I'm going to drop that down the chimney. I've used them in my fire and they stay as glowing embers for literally hours. Well, so let's see if we can get some hot water. You saw me like the first, and you don't need to see me do this. Right, so it seems that shortening the chimney at 4 inches certainly does the trick. And Cruiser Max saying to me, he got more of a rocket flame with the lid open, and I'm going to agree. I'm going to close that lid and you can see it die down straight away. So open the lid and she gets going. I can solve that, I guess, as I said, with some forced air. However, if that works, it works. Let's get that on, some water in, and see if we can warm some water up. Okay, so we've been going now literally about 5 minutes. It's warming up because it's still driving some steam out of the lagging. However, I've got myself some water, and we stick that in there, around a bit. There we go, 10 degrees. Whether it's accurate or not, I don't know. But we've had the bucket on top for a few minutes. Hopefully, we'll hear some hissing sound. Oh, so it's certainly warming up the barrel. Right, so we've got that in. I'll put another one in for good measure. So I've put a second tub in there now, which makes it probably round about a gallon of water in there. So all the matter now is keep feeding that fire and see if we can get that temperature up to something like. Well folks, well, if you can see that or not, that appears to be working just fine. However, it's not. It's not. I've had to put a fan blowing some air in. Of course, if I then close this trap door, it'll come out that way. So I've got to keep that closed so everything goes up that way. Back to the drawing board a little, I think. The object is to warm that water up, and we'll see how that goes on. There's some steam coming off the top of it. So it was at 10. Oh, right there, we're up to 28. Well, it's warm. I wouldn't say it was boiling. You could wash your hands in it. Up to 30. Let's keep it fed. Okay, well it's 30 minutes since this has now been lit. There is no smoke. What you're seeing is steam. Steam being driven off the damp, what was it? The damp oven insulation, and the steam obviously coming off the water. I'm not going to stick me, that looks hot, I'm not going to stick my hand in that. Right, well, we'll stick the thermometer in. Thermometer's gone very quickly, gone back down to 10, and it's not the bestest thermometer, is it? Where are we up to? Oh, we're up there. 40 degrees. Should I put my hand in? No, Ian, don't. Don't. Just a quick. Wow. Hot. Not boiling, but hot. But it's time. Well, I'm going to turn all the lights off just to see what it's like. Well, I would say that's definitely a roaring flame, but I do need to have the air blower on, but I can change that and put something 12 volt computer fan on, something, or an old hot ergon without the hot bit on. That's better. Okay, right. Now, unfortunately, Snobby Scrap Picker took down his video. This was his idea. It's more in the next video, but it's the best way ever of stripping UK moulded plugs. I don't know whether the water has to be boiling or not. So at this point, let's make some plug soup. As I did say, more will be in the next video. But you take some plugs and you plonk them into your plonk. It's not the word, is plonk. You plonk them into your the hot water and let them simmer for a while. Not simmer, you want a rolling boil, really. I should really speak to Carry On Jeff and John. He's a good cookerer, as is Raphael Scrapper. He's a good cookerer as well. So, but the thing is, I'll step back, there ain't no smoke, which means all that insulation's doing what it's supposed to be doing. and it's getting so hot it's burning its own self. And I've got the blower going, so it's blowing ashes out, but I can sort that out. Well, there we go, folks. I'll see you in plug soup, another video. Okay, well, we're 40 minutes in since lighting. We are becoming, there's no way you can see because of the steam, but we are getting bubbles, so we are beginning to boil. I shouldn't stick my hand in here really, should I? We're here, back down to 10 degrees. Boosh. We've gone over the top, so we're definitely over boiling temperature, which is 40 or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's only a cheap, this cost me 50p from the pound shop. I don't really have a proper thermometer, but it's hot enough, and we've still got plenty of, we've got a roaring flame there. Right, that's it. Ian in his garden, 7:30 at night. We don't want the neighbours complaining too much. To me, a success. Next video, plug soup. Take care, see you all soon. So 10 to 8 in the evening, I'm wrapping it up now. I haven't put any more fuel in. The coal, which I dropped down, or the smokeless coal, is doing a great job because it stays as glowing embers, so any wood that I put in reignites it. Right, it's all a matter of tidying the back garden up and letting it cool down for an hour. I don't want to leave it out in case it rains. This will be interesting.